what opportunities they have, what opportunities like the field has to offer. So एक बहुत close interaction होता है आपके field of interest के साथ when you choose to do masters. And masters, applying to masters in abroad is comparatively easier than applying to masters in India, because India में बहुत competition है. Like for a particular exam there's too much competition. Like I also sat in all the exams, I cleared some of them, but वही एक पॉइंट पे ये लगा कि लाइक यू नो, एंड व्हाट इज द बेस्ट थिंग अबाउट यूरोप, मास्टर्स इन यूरोप, इज देयर इज नो ट्यूशन फीस. सो आपको कोई अलग से ट्यूशन फीस देने की मतलब नहीं पड़ता. इवन फॉर लाइक प्लेसेस लाइक जर्मनी, फ्रांस एंड अदर प्लेसेस, लाइक आपको अलग से भी फंडिंग मिल जाता है अगर आपका अंडर ग्रेजुएट के ग्रेड्स अच्छे हैं. सो आपका ओवरऑल इन्वेस्टमेंट जो बोलते हैं टुवर्ड्स एजुकेशन इज लाइक sort of not that much as compared to what opportunities you're getting. So getting into masters is very essential. And abhi jaise आई थिंक इंडिया में भी जैसा नया रूल कर दिया है कि ऑनर्स और अंडर ग्रेजुएट कोर्सेस 4 साल का होने वाला है, ऐसा कुछ होने वाला है. इट्स अ रॉन्ग कनोशन, बिकॉज यू नो आई विल गिव एन एग्जांपल. लाइक यूएस और जब आप जर्मनी या यूरोप में जाते हो, इधर इधर सभी जगह में अंडर ग्रेजुएट 4 साल का है. अंडर ग्रेजुएट 4 साल का है. एज अ रिजल्ट व्हाट हैपेंस इज लाइक, ये 4 साल जब आप अंडर ग्रेजुएट करते हो तो आपके लिए इजी हो जाता है कि आप मास्टर स्किप करके डायरेक्टली पीएचडी अप्लाई कर सकते हो. तो आपका एक तरीके से दिस इज अ वे टू सेव अप योर ईयर. आई थिंक दिस बिकॉज नॉर्मली क्या होता है, जब आप इंडिया से बैचलर्स करते हो 3 साल का, तो आप डायरेक्टली एलिजिबल नहीं होते यूएस में अप्लाई करने के लिए. तो आपको हैड टू हैव मास्टर, यू हैव टू डू अ मास्टर्स. इट वाज लाइक परमानेंट नेसेसरी. बट अभी ये बहुत एडवांटेजेस है. आई थिंक ये रॉन्ग नोशन है कि यू नो 4 साल का कर दिया हमें मास्टर्स करना है. आई थिंक मेन जो मुझे लगा, बिकॉज जब मैंने बैचलर्स किया था तभी उसके बाद भी मैंने पीएचडी के लिए अप्लाई किया था कपल ऑफ प्लेसेस. आई गॉट इनटू इट, बट देन आई थॉट कि लाइक यू नो मुझे थोड़ा सा एक्सपीरियंस चाहिए. मेन थिंग मुझे जो लगता है इंडिया में, लाइक whenever you're in India, it's like, or anywhere, you should know how to plan your entire course. Like don't go by the fact कि हाँ मुझे ये कॉलेज मिल गया इसलिए मैं जा रहा हूँ. Go by the fact कि मुझे ये कॉलेज मिला, आई नो दिस कॉलेज, what is the college has to offer in terms of क्या क्या कोर्स है, क्या क्या रिसर्च अपॉर्चुनिटी. Also, so this level of competition is also there when you're applying for PhD abroad. PhD is more competitive क्योंकि जैसे अभी मैं इस साल आई एम गोइंग टू अप्लाई फॉर पीएचडी लाइक फॉल 2024 के लिए. तो यूएस में अगर आप पीएचडी प्लान करते हो, जैसे टॉप टायर जो भी कॉलेजेस है उसमें सिमिलर परसेंटेजेस है. सो यूएस में जितने भी टॉप टायर कॉलेजेस है और जितने भी government colleges है, as say, they are funded by NIH. NIH doesn't fund any people outside than who are not a US citizen. So मान लो आपके कोहॉर्ट में 25 से 26 लोग हैं, तो आपके 23 seats will be funded by NIH and 3 seats are funded by the university. तो जितने भी इंटरनेशनल पूल है, आपको वो 3 सीट के लिए यू हैव टू फाइट. Whereas this scenario is completely reversed in terms of when you're applying for masters in Europe. Masters in Europe has an equal intake of international as well as their own students. Plus point of doing masters in Europe is you are going to pump up your CV a lot, जिसके कारण आपको बहुत एक अच्छा अपर हैंड मिलेगा टू compete for those 3 seats while you're applying for PhD in US or any other place or in Europe as well. Also, there is a upper hand when you're applying for PhD directly in Europe. आपका chances बढ़ जाता है, because if you're from Germany, if you're applying to a place in Germany, they will prefer you more as compared to getting someone who hasn't studied in Europe. So these are the factors. But then people also say that, you know, although there are no tuition fees, there are fees for food and accommodation that you need to bear up, and it is not you know affordable sometimes. The point is, people think that it is not affordable. What I see it is it as a one time investment. You invest it on one at once by before starting the course, and once you are in the course, in the span of 2 years you can do plenty number of small internships that covers your cost. You can pay back your investment that you'd made. So it's just a thing that whether you're willing to take that risk or point out, travel cost is not there.
Yeah.
Travel is free if you're a student. So travel is like free if you're a student. So it's like food and accommodation and like health insurance. These are the three costs. Also, you can apply for a lot of scholarships. So like there are Dart scholarship, there is
Yeah.
Charpak scholarship for France. So there are a lot of scholarships that you can apply for before applying. So that covers your entire thing. So that's the thing. And um, yeah, so applying to Europe opens up a lot of opportunities. I'm not saying that if you're doing a master's in India, it doesn't open up a lot of opportunities. But the only thing I'm saying is, whichever courses you are taking, just plan it out properly. Because what I felt, people who come more prepared about what they're expecting from the course excel much. Because when I interact with people like here in US or here or when I was in Germany, they are like very clear. Okay, this is my track, this is the lab I'm going to rotate, these are the labs I'm going to rotate, I'm going to take this course in this semester, and I'm going to do the thesis in this semester. Before even starting the course, they know what they're going to do, and they have like backup plan A, backup plan B, backup plan C. But for us in like for when I was in bachelor's, I didn't knew that. I was like, "Oh, okay, whichever opportunities come first, I'll take it." But I
Yeah.
think at this moment I realize the importance of planning in academia. And not only if you're in the top notch university, even if you're, let's say, in tier 2 or tier 3 or tier 4 universities, the thing is, let's say if someone is in tier 3 university and they don't have much research facilities in their own campus. I'll give you my college example. My college is well known, like St. Xavier's Mumbai is well known, but
Yeah. Yeah.
the problem with St. Xavier's Mumbai was like they don't have any internal labs in their college. So they don't have any particular professor having their own lab. It was like a okay, we have practicals, we have people who are doing some stuff, but we don't have labs. The thing is, if you are planning it better, even if you're in tier 2 colleges, you can go out of your campus, let's say in a nearby campus. So I went to TIFA to do my research internship. So my college didn't have the thing, but I tried to go out to explore things, because I knew that okay, I need to figure out somehow some time for me to do proper research. That's how I planned it. So it is not about college, because uh, honestly, nobody cares. Like IITs, IISERs do have some like advantage, I would definitely say. But apart from that, nobody cares, which college you are from, whether you're from tier 2, whether you're from
Yeah,
tier
man.
3. What they care is like, can you do good research, can you do
Yeah.
independent research, and if you can do what you have done. Exactly. If you are from tier 3 colleges and you have done some great work with the resources available to you, you are selected, as compared to person who has, let's say, done a bachelor's from US college and haven't done much research. I think, Sanjay, if you can guide me like where you want the discussion to be, I think it would
या
be
या या
more
या डेफिनेटली
streamlined.
मैं इसलिए कुछ नहीं बोल रहा था क्योंकि बहुत सारी चीज़ मुझे भी नया मतलब सीखने को मिल रहा था। तो जो स्टूडेंट का डिमांड था, मतलब जो स्टूडेंट स्पेसिफिकली जानना चाहते हैं कि सपोज़ मैं एक बैचलर स्टूडेंट हूँ और मैं बैचलर्स कंप्लीट किए इंडिया में। नाउ स्टूडेंट वांट टू अप्लाई इन अब्रॉड, राइट? सो उस सिचुएशन में सबसे ज़्यादा क्वेश्चन जो बच्चे के अंदर आता है कि मैं कौन सा कॉलेज में जाऊँ, कौन सा कंट्री में जाऊँ, और अगर मैं जाऊँगा तो मुझे फेलोशिप कौन देगा, पैसा कौन देगा? जैसे एज आई नो द LMU म्यूनिक इज़ वेरी कॉस्टली। आई थिंक 60-70,000 एक महीने का रूम रेंट है। 700
Yeah.
से 800 यूरो चल जाता है एक महीने का।
Hmm.
तो इस चीज़ों को डाउट्स होता है कि मैं अपने आप को फंडिंग कैसे दूँ, क्योंकि मास्टर्स करने के लिए बाहर फुली फंडेड मिलना बहुत टिपिकल होता है। तो उस चीज़ को कैसे कॉप अप करते हैं स्टूडेंट, जो जैसे तुम कर रहे हो वहाँ पर? तो आप लोग करते हैं, मास्टर्स कर रहे हैं और ऑलरेडी जैसे डिसर्टेशन के लिए आप येल स्कूल ऑफ मेडिसिन गए हैं, तो यहाँ पर कैसे कॉप अप है? उसका फंडिंग कौन प्रोवाइड कर रहा है? वहाँ पर कैसे स्टे कर रहे हैं? क्या क्या रिसर्च एक्सपोजर वहाँ पर मिला? आई थिंक आई आस्क्ड मोस्ट लॉट ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस, सो यू कैन एड्रेस वन बाय वन. आई थिंक इट विल बी गुड. या.
ओके, सो आफ्टर यू हैव डन, लाइक आप जब बैचलर्स कर लियो, आपको मास्टर्स करना है, तो मास्टर्स के लिए पहला चीज आपको ये देखना है कि कौन सा कंट्री और कौन सा कॉलेज से भी पहले कि आपको कौन सा कोर्स करना है. सो आई थिंक कोर्स इज मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट. अगर मान लो आपने कोर्स देखा, जैसे मान लो मॉलिक्यूलर सेलुलर बायोलॉजी, आपने देखा कि मॉलिक्यूलर सेलुलर बायोलॉजी बहुत सारे कॉलेजेस अप्लाई कर मतलब प्रोवाइड करते हैं. एलएमयू हो गया, येना हो गया, या बहुत सारे अदर कॉलेजेस भी हो गए. यूरोप में एक जो थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम है कि लाइक ऑल द कोर्सेज आर इन इंग्लिश, बट प्रॉब्लम इज इफ यू आर नॉट इन द मेन सिटी, अगर आप मेन सिटी में नहीं हो, तो अगर आप कोई थोड़ा सा छोटे शहर में हो, तो लोग उधर अपने नेटिव लैंग्वेज में बात ज्यादा करना पसंद करते हैं. नॉट इन कॉलेज, इनसाइड द कॉलेज, बट आउटसाइड द कॉलेज. लेट्स से व्हेन यू आर गोइंग फॉर शॉपिंग और व्हेन यू आर गोइंग फॉर एनीथिंग, दे ट्राई टू स्पीक इन देयर नेटिव लैंग्वेज. तो आपको अगर नेटिव लैंग्वेज उतना फ्लुएंटली नहीं आता है, तो ट्राई टू स्टिक टू बिगर कॉलेज, बिगर बिगर सिटीज. जैसे मुझे नेटिव लैंग्वेज कुछ नहीं पता, मुझे जर्मन कुछ नहीं पता, बट दैट्स व्हाई लाइक आई चोज म्यूनिक. अब द पॉइंट इज, वंस यू डिसाइड कि आपको ये कोर्स करना है, आपको ये सिटी करना चूज करना है, पॉइंट इज फंडिंग. जैसे फंडिंग का संजय आपने सही बोला कि लाइक म्यूनिक इज एक्सपेंसिव सिटी वेयर फूड एकोमोडेशन बहुत महंगा आता है. बट द थिंग इज, एज आई सेड, जो मैंने अपने हिसाब से किया था, कि मैंने क्या किया था, मैंने स्टूडेंट लोन ले लिया था इनिशियल इनिशियल days पे when I started. So for my food and for my accommodation, I took student loan. और स्टूडेंट लोन लेने के बाद what I did is, मैंने for 1 year I took the student loan. So Germany में if you want to uh, go to a like public university, आपको बेसिकली एक ब्लॉक्ड अकाउंट क्रिएट करना पड़ता है. Blocked account is basically anything. So you deposit some money in that account, and once you deposit some money in that account, they will allow you to access that account once you're in Germany. So उसे कहते हैं ब्लॉक्ड अकाउंट. सो जब हम लोग ब्लॉक्ड अकाउंट करते हैं जर्मनी में, सो इट टेक्स अराउंड 10 8 to 10 lakhs से अभी आई थिंक total cost of blocked account, and that covers for 2 to 2 years of your course. So एक चीज है, someone can think that it's too much money and I can't afford. This is one group of people who think like this. There's other group of people, as I said, Shumnath as well, like what you're doing, what I did for my thing as well. I took a loan of 7.5 lakh or 8.5 lakh, and I, क्योंकि जब मैं गया था तब 8.5 lakh का था ब्लॉक्ड अकाउंट, and I took a loan from government bank. So आपको थोड़ा सा प्लानिंग करना पड़ेगा लोन लेने से गवर्नमेंट बैंक से, बिकॉज इट टेक्स टाइम, इट टेक्स अराउंड 2 to 3 months to get it sanctioned to you. Best thing about any courses in Germany is, as I said, due to small internships that are available all around Germany, you can start paying back your loan
ओके.
while you are in the course.
ओके. ओके.
So आपको ये वेट नहीं करना पड़ेगा कि मैं कोर्स खत्म होगा तब जाके पे करूंगा. आप कोर्स के बीच में ही यू कैन स्टार्ट पेइंग बैक योर लोन, बिकॉज आपको ये समझना पड़ेगा व्हाट यू विल बी अर्निंग देयर इज इन यूरो. ओके,
ओके.
जैसे मैं आपको रेट बता देता हूँ. लाइक if you have a bachelor degree and if you're doing a job in like Germany, 1 घंटे का आपको 14 यूरोस मिलता है. 14 यूरो मतलब आपको 1 यूरो इज इक्वल टू 88 रुपीज, राइट. तो आपको अगर आप अगर महीने में 40 आवर्स काम करते हो, तो आपका 580 के आसपास मिल जाएगा. 580 के आसपास आपको पैसा मिल जाएगा. 580 में आपका फूड एंड रेंट कवर हो जाएगा.
ओके.
जो बचेगा आपका इज लाइक the insurance which is like 120 euro, राइट? अगर आप महीने महीने ऐसे करते रहोगे, द थिंग इज आपको ये माइंडसेट में रखना पड़ेगा, इफ यू आर गोइंग अब्रॉड यू नीड टू वर्क अ लिटिल हार्ड. दिस इज
Yeah.
द prerequisite I would say. If
Bivas,
you want to,
You said about jobs. What kind of jobs? Means anything related to life science or biology, teaching internships, or something other than that?
there are both opportunities.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you so what I did is I only did work as a lab technician or lab assistant. Like
Oh,
जैसे I think सारे life science वाले हैं, या I don't know कौन से like
Yeah, most of the life
background
science.
है.
सब life science वाला है.
हाँ, तो I will give you an example. So one of my mini job was to do genotyping for them on mass scale. So they used to have like 100 samples. I used to prepare the master mix, do a genotyping sample, and I used to work there for let's say 5 hours a week. So what I used to only do, I used to do genotyping, put my result, get my result, and stick it to a notebook that they have.
Okay, okay.
That was my only job. So
Okay.
I am still in my field and I'm still getting paid. This is one way of earning. The second way of earning is to do odd jobs. Odd jobs can be anything. You can work in a store, you can work in a, you know, there
Restaurant or
are,
anything.
yeah, exactly.
Or you can
But
deliver pizza
And
also.
Bivas,
uh, the problem with odd jobs, what I would say is, or in some of the odd jobs, it's better that if you know native language.
yeah,
There are courses that university offers that help you to learn native language, but for myself, I was not interested. That's why I didn't go towards odd job. Point to
yeah,
be noted, odds job pay you more as compared to what you get in research assistant.
exactly,
So in
exactly. And
research assistant, if
another
you
thing
get
is that
like
another thing is that what I know about Germany is that when you enroll into a course, they basically give you two options, that you want to continue your masters or PhD in English or in German. So is it right?
no, masters are international courses.
Okay,
95 to 98% of the master courses that are offered in Germany are in English.
okay,
There is no overlap of German.
okay. But
Some
in
people,
PhD, they give a choice between German and English.
PhD, they give a choice, but most of the people do PhD in English. Like
Yeah, yeah,
hardly
yeah.
there is
Because
1%
yeah,
people who
because
is
that is the preferred subject. Means it's easier than German.
yes.
Because
And also,
if you learn
one more.
German from India, then using some app like Duolingo or something, then it's okay. But it would take some time.
Exactly. And also, there are some courses in masters like that the people in Europe offer. They offer in dual language, let's say English, French, English, German, English things. Those courses have more vacancy because lot of international students only. So the main competition that you have is on the English taught courses. So I know some of my people from some of my juniors who took into a dual course. Let's say some courses will be offered in some subjects, or some papers will be offered in English and some papers will be offered in German. So it's a both German English course. Uh, the ease of getting into those colleges are more, but you have to also keep in mind the courses that you can select will be only will be limited, because there will be a limited amount of courses will be offered in English. So this is also a thing that you can go.
Yeah.
uh, I, I'll take the question of the chats one by one, but I'll answer the last question that Sanjay asked me.
Yeah.
And one more thing, like when I moved to do my master thesis at Yale. So this is another way of paying back your loan, I would say. How? If you are in Germany, German master courses are a 4 semester. Every after the fourth semester is dedicated for your master thesis. German institute are very open regarding where you do your master thesis. You can do within Germany, you can do within your institute, you can do abroad, you can go anywhere. They are very flexible about that. let's say you took a loan at the starting of the year and you paid some amount of it during the course of 3 semester. At fourth semester is the best time to pump up your CV and also to pay back your loan. Why I'm saying, let's say you are a German student, you're registered in, let's say, LMU, and you want to apply for a thesis position in France. All of these things, there is no as such called portal to apply. All of these things happens in cold mail format. You cold mail the professor that you want to work, talk with them. The biggest benefit of that is, let's say you are in LMU, you want to do a master's thesis in US or master thesis in France. You write to the professor, okay, I'm interested in your lab and I'm interested in working as a master thesis student in your lab. So if the professor selects you during the interview, you can say that you want to get paid. That's the
Okay.
biggest thing. So course is not funded, but lab rotation, research courses, master thesis can be funded. So
तो now,
that's the biggest.
yeah, one question I have. Suppose कोई एक स्टूडेंट था मास्टर्स करने गया और वहाँ पर अराउंड कितना लाख रख 15 और 10 लाख कितने में हो जाएगा मास्टर्स पूरा अगर यूरोप में करना है?
Like in terms of money,
या इन टर्म्स ऑफ मनी हाउ मेनी यूरो और लाख?
अगर कोई स्टूडेंट मास्टर्स करने गया है,
हाँ
तो मतलब अगर वो ये समझ रहा है कि इनिशियल कॉस्ट, आपको जैसे बोला कि लाइक इनिशियल कॉस्ट आपको देना ही पड़ेगा, लाइक 10 लाख अभी हो गया है ब्लॉक अकाउंट का.
हाँ
आई थिंक दैट विल बी मोर देन एनफ if the person spends it, like, properly.
ओके
Like
ओके
that will be more than enough.
या सो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज दैट कि someone is just went there and they started doing the work in the Germany and started the dissertation also. So after that, he or she will able to complete the whole loan, or they will be not. Like what is the situation will be after the masters?
You can complete the whole loan.
Okay, okay.
Because
During the
अगर आप thesis करते हो, मैं I will give you a rate as well.
yeah,
Like because I was
yeah,
exploring these opportunities.
yeah.
So अगर आप thesis करते हो जर्मनी में और यूरोप में, अगर आप करते हो, तो आपको monthly you can ask for monthly 1,000 euros.
Nice. The
तो
PhD scholarship like
मंथली अगर 1,000 यूरो मांगते हो, तो आपका कितना होता है? 6,000 यूरो, राइट? टोटल आप इनिशियली ब्लॉक अकाउंट में कितना डाले? 10,000 यूरो,
yeah,
राइट?
yeah.
6,000 यूरो में आपको 6,000 यूरो पूरा खर्च नहीं होता, 500 यूरो खर्च होता है, राइट?
Okay,
500 to 600, मान लो मैं 700 भी मान लिया.
yeah.
हर एक महीने में आप 300 यूरो बचा रहे हो.
Hmm.
So the thing is, more or less 90% of your loan you're paying back.
Okay, okay, okay.
And that's the exact reason why I was looking for my thesis outside, because मेरा ये था कि before I start my PhD I want to pay back my loan.
Yeah.
So ये तो हो गया यूरोप में, if you're applying यूरोप. यूएस में एक वेरी फेमस कंसेप्ट है जो पीपल इन इंडिया आर हार्डली अवेयर ऑफ. इट्स कॉल्ड पोस्ट बैक पोजीशन और पोस्ट बैचलरेट पोजीशन. पोस्ट बैचलरेट पोजीशन ये होता है कि जैसे मान लो यूएस में हर एक बैचलरेट कोर्स 4 साल का होता है एंड यूएस में पीपल डोंट डू मास्टर्स. बैचलर्स के बाद they do PhD, they don't do masters, so they do post bachelorate courses or post bachelorate program. Post
I have also
bachelorate
first time
program,
heard about these things. I didn't have this
yes,
idea.
so it's very common.
Yeah.
I'm like, people are not aware of it. So post bachelorate program होता है कि मान लो संजय आपने मास्टर्स खत्म किया
Okay.
and you want to apply for PhD, right?
Yeah.
But you think that your CV is not good enough to do or go for PhD. You apply to a US lab, let's say any lab, Yale, Harvard, MIT, any lab, कि I want to work as a post-bachelorate fellow in your lab. Post-bachelorate fellow is like a junior research fellow in any lab.
Okay.
And it all happens via cold mailing format. Cold mail से करते हो, there are some institute which offer this via portal like Harvard हो गया या I think Washington St. Louis का एक portal है जहाँ पे you can apply for post bachelorate, but mostly like it happens through cold mail. And US people, like people in US, the US people, they focus on this because they get a lot of applications from US undergrads as well, जिनके पास 4 साल के बाद 4 साल अंडरग्रेजुएट के करने के बाद दे डोंट हैव मच रिसर्च एक्सपोजर ताकि वो पीएचडी के लिए अप्लाई करे. सो ये लोग क्या करते हैं, rather doing a masters, they do a 4 year undergrad course, they work 2 years as a post bachelorate courses, post bachelorate trainee research fellow, 2 years dedicated to lab. Once they have like complete research experience, they apply for PhD. Luckily, I got to know about this position,
Yeah.
and this is how it started for me going to US. So I was looking for opportunities to US because मुझे US में अप्लाई करना था PhD के लिए, और मुझे लगा कि अगर मैं US में PhD के लिए अप्लाई करता हूँ तो अगर मैं पहले से US में काम करता हूँ, so that's a positive bonus for me.
Yeah.
So I applied to one of the lab here, asking them if I can join as a post bachelorate fellow but complete my master thesis. Benefit of that is post bachelorate fellow में आपको पैसा मिलता है, और what
Nice.
you get, our annual package is $42,000.
Oh my God. Fantastic. Yeah.
उसमें से टैक्स है, अगर टैक्स भी हटा देते, it's around $36,000,
Okay.
so which covers my entire
Loan and
loan,
everything, I think.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. I just first time I heard about this. Thank you so much for giving this
and
insight. And student, please
and at
note
the
down
same,
these things because it will help you a lot.
yes, and any people from anywhere can apply, like
Okay, the
if
international
we
student
say
can also apply after bachelor's program.
yes,
Okay, then problem solved.
international, there are a lot of Indian people, like there are a lot of people from South India who has applied, who have done masters and then applied for a post bac position,
Okay,
and they pump up their CV by doing like work in like esteemed universities, and then they apply for PhD.
okay,
So
okay.
this, and also like it's a guarantee income for you, like you're not sitting at home doing nothing.
Or someone can also do like after bachelor's they can do the post bachelor's program. Then after that they can join as a PhD without doing any.
Exactly, they can do
Yeah,
that, they can do that as well.
nice. Thank you. Yeah.
संजय दा,
Yeah, so now
इंडिया
I
में
will be
इंडिया
taking,
में तो ऐसा कोई कुछ सिस्टम नहीं है.
No, India.
नहीं
No,
इंडिया
no,
में
no,
नहीं है.
no.
हाँ,
इंडिया में सिस्टम ये है कि यू कैन वर्क इन अ लैब, बट एट द सेम टाइम तुम्हें उतना ज्यादा पैसा नहीं मिलेगा, टू बी
Yeah.
ऑनेस्ट.
पैसा का यहाँ लोग फ्री में भी पीएचडी करने के लिए तैयार है. 100 लोग आए थे इंटरव्यू देने के लिए. ऐसा
But they
हालत
can leave later without funding also can leave.
है.
Yeah.
Okay, I will take the questions
Yeah,
that
yeah.
are there in the chat. Said Muhammad Abbas is asking, what are the basic points that need to take in mind to select a course in MSc? If possible, briefly explain each point. Select a course. Okay. Uh, Firstly, check that what the course caters. Is it more towards a research oriented course, or it's more towards a technology oriented course? अगर आपको industry में जाना है, so taking a technology oriented course is more important as compared to research course. अगर इस academia field में जाना है, तो taking a research based course is more important. Secondly, check whether it is only English taught or whether it is a Duolingo taught, like English German both taught. Third, check what are the labs are there in that particular universities. Are you interested in rotating these labs? These are the 3 points I I kept in my mind, because I was like the fact that I can adjust in any city is not a problem. But if you want to keep the fourth point, you can keep the fourth point as a city, like which city you want to go. Does IELTS TOEFL scores are necessary to enroll for PhD in Germany? ये मैं हर जगह मिलता है, मुझे हर जगह मिलता है. I am again clarifying. IELTS TOEFL यूरोप में, एक्सेप्ट फॉर यूके, यूरोप में कहीं भी नहीं लगता.
Yeah,
PhD masters kahin bhi. Even in US, I'm applying currently in US. Even in US, IELTS TOEFL is not
yeah,
required. They have said that if you're taught, if your bachelor's is in English,
exactly,
give them the transcript which says that it's taught in English. You're waived off.
exactly. Right. That is,
I'll take the question. Depaditya saying, does drop year affect the chances of getting a PhD in Germany? No. ये बहुत अगेन एक कॉमन रॉन्ग नोशन है लाइक पीएचडी में अगर ड्रॉप ईयर है तो अफेक्ट करेगा. पीपल इन यूरोप स्टार्ट पीएचडी एट द एज ऑफ 28-30. So drop year doesn't affect anywhere. So just feel free to apply. Sachin Sharma, sir, I've completed BSc Biotechnology this year. I want to pursue masters after either in Germany or Italy. I want to ask which one is. Uh, Depends. Again, I can't tell you which country. I can't tell you which course, because there are good colleges in Italy. There is good college in um, Germany as well. It depends what you want to study. It's not like very straightforward answer. Sagnik Chanda asking for PhD admission. Is it better to approach the professor via cold mail before officially applying? Always a good choice, always the right choice. Apply first by cold mailing, because that gives you an upper hand. The PI can push your application. Even for US application, I would say, even US application is solely governed by the graduate school. It's always good to apply first via cold mail. Not in the case of, like, I want to apply, take me to a PhD. Just a cold mail by saying, okay, I'm interested in your lab, and if I get selected, I will be happy to work with you.
exactly.
So in US, but Europe, cold mailing is a must, I would say necessary. Divyanshu Pandey, when to start applying in Germany for PhD? I'm in first semester masters, and how impactful is a review paper in a CV for a PhD candidate? Publications matter, but it's not a mandatory. I don't have any publication, but I have like couple of offers for PhD
Yeah,
from Europe.
yeah,
So
Bivas.
publication matters, but it's not a mandatory. And best time to apply if you are first year masters is when you complete your second semester. You get an idea of what you want to do in third semester and what you want to do your thesis. That's how you can frame your idea of why you want to apply to a PhD. I think that's the best time at the end of it, second semester.
Bivas.
Sorry to interrupt,
Uh,
but I have one question that if any student want to apply, in which month he and she started searching for the position or the applications in different universities? What is the best time to?
so Europe has two portals. In Europe, you can either directly apply to the PI, or in Europe there are some graduate schools. Graduate schools, let's say Max Planck, EMBL, Helmholtz. These are the some graduate schools which Europe has, which has like particular deadlines. Some has fall deadlines, let's say October. Some has summer deadlines. But when where the places where you can apply directly to the PI, you can apply any time of the year. So you have to do a proper search. So let's say I will give you example. Let's say graduate schools which are EMBL. EMBL has a deadline of April, whereas if you apply to LMU, if you apply to FMI, if you apply to FMI Basel, if you apply to ETH, they have like deadlines of November. So it varies. In Europe, it's a spectrum of deadlines. There is no particular common deadline, because there are summer intake, winter intake, spring intake, and there are also direct intake to the professor's lab if you're not from a graduate school. Whereas in US, it's very particular. It's from September to January end. That's the most deadline for all of the applications. The main question is which one shows. I have gave some interviews element for PhD. Not able to cut it. So I want to know how to approach PhD interview. PhD interview is more focused on, I would say, not on what you have done, is more on less why you have done the research, why you think it's important, making your research a big point, and putting out examples that what are the hardships you felt, you have faced in your research, and how you coped up with that. So that's the most important thing that you should keep in mind while you're applying or when you're facing a PhD admission interview, that your research is your baby. Like you should know everything about your research. You should know top to bottom of your research, why you have done, what is the future impact, why, what are the problems you have faced. So I think this is a very good approach for your research, um, like interviews particularly. And interviews can also be biased based on your letter of recommendations. So if your letter of recommendations are good, you will you will see that the interview is shaping in a particular direction. If it is not that good, you will see that interview shaping away from you. So it's an overall process. Like it's not, a separate process that okay, interview is like different. It's starting from your application to starting from what you're getting at the end, the interview process.
Before that, I just
Yeah.
want to give you that wherever you're going for the internship, nothing, as Bija suggested, your work matter a lot, because what you did, what you learned, that is the more important, as well as the letter of recommendations. What professor says about you, how you are as a person, as a research scholar or a research fellow, that is the most important part. Next things we'll discuss in the next meeting, and please join using the next the Google Meet. Copy from the chat box. Yeah.
Okay, so I think I will be answering two questions that I was left to
Yeah,
answer
yeah,
from
definitely.
last. Shantani Pal asking if I'm in my second year of my master's and I want to apply for PhD in Germany, preferably, can you suggest what I should first and foremost do, as I don't have much time left for my master's to finish? Uh, Shantani, I feel like if you want to apply for a PhD in Germany and you're in second year, first and foremost, focus on your master thesis, because that's what you are going to pitch it in when you're applying for PhD. So try to make most out of your master thesis, because you can't do internship at this point of time because you're only in this already in the second year. So first and foremost thing is focus on completing your master thesis, getting a good recommendation from your PI. So focus on that, and I think that will be good enough for you to apply for a PhD.
Absolutely.
uh, Prerna is asking, sir, I'm shortlisting universities for PhD in US, but finding it really difficult. I have cold mailed two universities, professors, and got a reply that I can choose them as a advisor if I get in. But finding it difficult to shortlist few others. So probability of getting selected with increase. So if you are applying to US for PhD, few things to keep in mind. US PhD application comes at a cost. Every college you apply, you have to pay application cost. So
Yes.
you can't go on applying 15 colleges, 16 colleges, because that will be too much money. You have to keep a cap of, let's say, 10 college. In that 10 college, what should be your entire, flow of selecting college? Select three college as your dream college, which have fewer number of uh spots. Let's say acceptance rate is low, but it's a dream college. Let's say Harvard, MIT, Stanford. I'll give you an example. Next four college is going to be medium colleges, like which have easy entry, like medium based entry. So giving you an example again: Illinois, Chicago, Wisconsin, WashU, and some other college. And last three colleges will be easy entry. So you can go for any public, like Michigan State, Arizona, then Baylor. So these colleges. So this should be your overall spectra of colleges. Three high reached, four medium, three safe colleges. So this should be your overall spectrum. So at the end of the day, you can at least get into one of the college. I'll take questions from the chat. What are the How to apply for that scholarship? What are the eligibility for that scholarship? That scholarship, there are different DART scholarship. There's not one single DART scholarship. There are like 70, 80 types of DART scholarship. First, you have to select which scholarship fits for you. and it also very specific to course. Let's say you're applying to biology, there are specific biology scholarship. You're applying to ecology, there's specific ecology scholarship. So you have to figure out that. So I think if you go to the website, you can find out all the eligibility criteria and how to apply for it. Pooja Shadhu, what are the required things for coal mill like SOP, LOR? Nothing. Nothing is required. LOR, you just tell your professors that PI might contact you, or PI might contact you regarding LOR. So you don't need to keep it ready. You just need to ask your professor that whether they will be okay giving LOR for you or not. Only thing you attach in your cold mill is your CV. That's it. Attach your CV. That's it. If the professor asks you that give me a SOP, then it's a different thing. But normally they don't ask you. They only see your CV. If they're interested, they will call you for an interview, and they will call you for a Zoom meet, and they will talk with you. So SOP is not a mandate.
What questions they had?
People have asked about, Prakash has asked about transcript. So if you're applying for PhD, you need both undergraduate and postgraduate transcript. And for transcript, what you can ask your university send you a uh, online copy of both of them, so that you only need one of each, like online copy one of each, so you can upload. So that is what I did as well.
Transcript
Divyanshu
is
asked.
transcript is basically the fee receipt or what?
No, transcript is a detailed version of your mark sheet
Okay.
or your semester card.
Okay, means first, if someone is in MSc, then first, second, third, fourth semester, and the final degree certificate, I guess.
Degree certificates is a different thing. So if you're in a MSc, you need your bachelor transcript, like first semester, second semester, third semester transcript. You
Yeah,
can
yeah,
apply
means
directly
all
to
the
the
six
university.
semester and here the four semesters all
Yes,
together in
exactly,
a.
It's like
exactly,
consolidated mark
exactly.
sheet, where all the courses will be
Okay.
Yeah.
mentioned and the number and all the things will be
Yeah,
mentioned.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Also, Divyanshu is asking, is paying for online research internship worth it? Last like a week or two. I don't think, like paying for online research. I was like completely against it from starting, because I feel like in 1 week or 2 week you can't learn science. Point of internship is not to get a certificate. Point of internship is to get to know what you are doing. So I'm not against people who are doing it, but I personally don't think it is worth it.
And
Okay, and
another
yeah,
yeah, another
Sanjay, go
things
on.
they can do. I think if you're interested, suppose you have the interest in cancer biology, and just do the literature review and search the paper, read about that, and try to see from which university institute they have published. If the work is good, then you can take the emails from there and try to email them, because work is matter and lab is more important, not university. So sometimes some institute and yeah.
Lab is more
So
important.
try to do these things, do some literature review, try to see which university which university they have published their work, and try to contact the authors, and we can get the information from there. I can also attach that I have read this paper on this public from your website or your work, then influence me and I wanted to join, I want to work in this topic. So it will also be a good option. I think that you can also do rather than just searching
Yeah.
blindly.
Should I take the transcript from the university now and send it to the international faculties after 2 years? Is it possible? You can take a bachelor's transcript, because I think once you complete the course, or like whichever semester you have completed, you can take the transcript for that. And you can keep it ready with yourself. That's always a good thing to do. Can you elaborate on Erasmus Mundus scholarship for masters and PhD too? Erasmus Mundus scholarship is again a DART based scholarship, and I haven't applied to it seriously, so I don't know exact details. But again, the things or application process steps remain same. You need LORs, you need motivation letters, you need your grades, and I think it has an interview at the end of the day which decides which people will get the scholarship or not. Okay, so that's a very good question. So there are research internships available. You can check. So all the research internships, like there are a couple of them. So one, there are a lot of ISRs which offer research internships. There are a lot of IITs which offer research internship. You just have to go to their website and keep a track of it. So for when I was in bachelor's, what I used to do is to I used to make a Google sheet, and I used to make keep the links on that, and every after 5 days, 7 days, I used to check every links to see whether there are any internships or not. You can do this in a way. There is IAS, Indian Academy of Sciences. Like they also offer a wide variety of internships, so you can apply for that as well. Apart from that, what are the other internships? There's like other
IICB is
research
there.
institutes.
Gosh, IICB Jadavpur
Huh?
is there. IICB Jadavpur,
Yes,
Indian
IIT.
Institute of Chemical Biology.
Yes, IICB Jadavpur is there. Then there is like Bose Institute, which offer research internship. There are like Hyderabad Institute, IISC offer internship. So there is all this research based hubs offer summer internships. So you just need to keep a look of that. And best
Another
apart,
big one is CDFD in Hyderabad. DNA fingerprinting. It's a CSIR lab basically. They also offer various
yeah.
internships.
See,
I
the
am not
simple
aware of
things I
that, but
just
yeah,
wanted to clear before just segregating the things. If someone is interested to apply for the internship or desert in India, one thing that Vivas already suggested that you can email cold email or the just attach your CV and try
exactly.
to see this.
That was the
And
next
second
point.
things you can do, they will inform. Suppose you are not emailing like that. You if you email any professor in any institute, they can give you information when the applications will be released. Like in NII, RCB, or all the research institute, DBT funded institute, they provide the internship and the dissertations. But they have some time, like they will release in March or April or the March, April time you can search. There will be the options like November and December time you can search. In a 2 times in the 6 month time period they will release the internship. So try to say shortlist the university or institute and try to check them short time training program or desert training program. It's written like that. So you can search and try to do some research. Try to approach the professors by email or the CV. That will be the more informative because it's like someone will tell that this institute is good. You can try for there. Before doing that things, you can try and try to broader your interest and try to choose the institute and try to email all the professor or the admission branch or admission committee. They will tell you all the information.
And also a good thing how you can keep the track of this university is like I used to use a lot of social media for this.
Yeah,
I used to be highly active in LinkedIn. I used to be highly active in Twitter because that,
exactly.
like my internship that I did in bachelor's, like from IIT Roorkee or from TIFR Mumbai or from any other places, I got it from these places, like from LinkedIn, Twitter.
Twitter.
You have this threads, people seeking positions, like I have this position, I have this position.
Yeah.
So I think use of social media in this case is very good to for you to keep a track, because there's a lot of opportunities that comes up every day. I see nowadays as well, like people or even professor posting, there is position. I recently saw that in JNCSR there is like 1 year 6 months thesis position. So there are like all of this will come up. So you just need to keep yourself working. Like you can't say, okay, in September 1st I didn't find any research internship. That doesn't mean on September 3 there will be no internship.
Yeah.
September 3 maybe there are 10
So
internships
I
and you're
got
not aware of
a
it.
doubt about.
Yeah, Prakash. Yeah.
Do we need only degree and transcript apostille or also the certificate apostille for international PhD programs?
Uh it's good to apostille every document. I did the same even for a master's, so I would suggest you, because apostille I don't think it costs. I think even if you're not doing apostille, get it notarized, because I think notarized will be like easier and it will be cheap as well. So you can get it notarized and get the
Yes, maybe they'll ask for first. It is yes, sir.
I didn't get you,
Uh,
Prakash.
Yes, sir. There is maybe yeah. There is a first. Firstly, I need to do attestation from SDM, and then I need to get for apostille.
Yes, for apostille you can do for the transcript, and for the other documents you can just go to a notary officer and get it notarized.
Okay, sir. So do I also need to apostille my birth certificate or not?
No, I never did that. So if you need to get it apostille, it will be mentioned in your admission place where you are applying. So it's not a mandate. Apostille for the transcript, people say, because transcript is great thing, but it is also not required. If you can also notarize it, so wait what your admission requirement is. If they want you to get apostille, all your documents can get apostille, but to be on the safer side, I would say get all your document at least notarized. Pooja
Thank you, sir.
asking, to get transcript, whom we need to mail, like to the department or the administrative of the university particularly. I think that's how it works. I think department has no say on this. It's the university office that gives you the
Yeah, if anyone have any question, you can directly unmute yourself and you can ask.
yes.
Yeah, don't hesitate to ask the question because it's a valuable information. It will guide you a lot. Uh, Bivas also there. He was already doing masters there. So his guidance will be,
Why did you
yeah.
choose Germany for your masters after bachelor's? Good question. Uh, so, so after bachelor's, I was not sure honestly, because I completed my bachelor's in while there was COVID, and there was like the borders were closed and everything. So I applied both to India, as both in India and both abroad as well, because I wanted to try whether I can get in abroad or not. So I cleared JAM, I cleared TIFR, I cleared all the other exams that I gave. The reason why I chose Germany to do my master's is based on what I got as an option to do for. So it was never like I'm only going to apply abroad, I'm only going to apply India. I weighted my choices. So I got in TIFR, I got in Sorbonne, Paris, I got in LMU, I got in Heidelberg. These were some of the couple of choices. Then I reviewed my overall choices that I have. So in India, I got TIFR and NBRC. TIFR is a good course, definitely. But the problem with TIFR is in TIFR master's course, you can't do rotation. You have to choose only one lab and you have to stay there for 3 years. TIFR master's is for 3 years. So not doing a rotation was not a good option for me, because I felt like if I don't like the lab, what will I do next? So that was like one thing. Also, the payment that TIFR Mumbai gives you is not enough for you to sustain in Mumbai city, as in general. So I was not again. So this was another point. Third point, what I felt like going to Germany will broaden my opportunity to interact with the international people. And as I got scholarship as well as my tuition was waived off, so Germany was a overall choices. And another choice was a personal choice. It's like I always wanted to go abroad to see how the place is. So these were the four governing choices that I chose to go for Germany as compared to India. Karishma, you can unmute yourself.
Good evening, sir. If any student is pursuing masters and applying for PhD in abroad, then at that time only undergraduate transcripts will be needed because master is not completing. So
Yes, undergraduate transcript are needed, but also you can if your university. So I know some university provides transcript only after you complete the courses. In that case, you can't be able. You will not be able to give. Uh, transcript for your masters, but in some universities, like, they offer transcript based on your semester. Let's say you completed 3 semester of your master, they will issue you 3 transcript for 3 semester of your masters. So it depends on your university. If your university offer in that way, you can of course attach your bachelor's as well as your 3 semesters transcript that you have already completed in your masters. And if your university don't give you the transcript, then what you can do, you can do your bachelor transcript and then attach the mark sheet for the 3 semesters. So these is the option you can do.
I think another thing that I want to clear, because in USA or Europe, they consider that they will permit you for the PhD when you completed your bachelor's in 4th year, 4-year program, not 3-year program. So they are asking for the bachelor's as well as master's for PhD program if you want to apply. Some university, I think they will allow, but most of the USA, they will prefer if you have the bachelor's then master, then they will have, because they are taking the student from 4-year bachelor program, not a 3-year bachelor program. So if you are a MBBS student or if you are a BTech student, you can apply. But if you are a normal BSc program or 3-year program, that will be, I think, they will not prefer.
But even like in case of some university, what they do, Sanjay, they don't give you a transcript until and unless you have completed your masters.
Oh yeah, that is the
So
problem. Yeah,
in that case, you can't get your transcript for your first and second
yeah.
semester. In that case, what you do is you have your bachelor transcript, you put your mark sheet, you
Oh
put your
yeah,
first semester, second semester, third semester mark sheet, and the letter from the
yeah, yeah,
university stating that your transcript will be
yeah,
given once you complete the masters.
yeah.
I think that can, like, because anyways, as Sanjay said, like 4 years is a mandate before you're applying for PhD in at least USA and also in Europe.
Oh, so how many applications do we need to do to get international PhD programs? Like in YouTube, some people say they did 400 applications.
Not
Uh,
okay, Bivas can answer.
it depends on it depends on the place where you're applying. If you're applying for Europe, you can do as many because they don't have any fees for applying, right? So you can do as many as you want, like, because they are like, free of cost. Always increase your chances, more application, more chances. But if you're applying for US, if you do 400 application, you will be like, broke within like one
400 applications is
one
huge. You
cycle of
can't bear.
application. Yes, one application fee is like, let's say, I'll give you an example. Like for US application, one college application fees is around 5,600 rupees. So if you do 400 application, you will be broke. So US application, as I said, always stick to 10 to 12 colleges, with first 3 colleges with high, uh, you know, your dream colleges should be the first 3 colleges with low acceptance rate. Then the middle 3 4 colleges will be medium ranked colleges, and the last 3 college will be safe colleges. So at least in this spectra of 10 colleges, you will get at least one. So that should be your approach.
I think Vivas already mentioned in the previous meeting that when you join in the first meeting, that you should plan your the PhD program, like choose some best universities, then middle and the lower. So if you're not getting the top one,
One
then you
more
can.
thing.
Yeah.
What would you suggest between Europe and Norway, like Nordic countries, like in Scandinavia, Finland, Denmark, and Norway? Europe or Nordic countries?
Uh, Europe, I think you meant to say like Italy, Germany, France. Okay, so as compared to this, Scandinavian countries has a benefit that language barrier is not a problem, but the cost of living is higher as compared to Germany or something. So Germany or other places. So education level is same. Good thing. So the best thing about Europe is like the resources are so well distributed among all the universities that you can't tell, okay, this is the best and the other labs they don't do good. So it's not like, black and white. It's very well distributed. The resources are well distributed within the country. The resources are very well distributed across the countries as well. So it's your choice, depends on what lab you're getting, what you're getting and not.
So any,
So,
yeah,
can I contact the professors via LinkedIn?
Can you contact the professors?
LinkedIn or directly via email?
I didn't get you. Can you contact the professors?
through social media like LinkedIn or the Twitter.
Uh, I would not suggest, because it's not that professional. Twitter is okay. LinkedIn, I don't prefer doing that, because I would see it doesn't harm you to send a mail, right? It's free of cost service, so use it rather than. And it also sounds you professional. It also makes them feel that you're professional. So I think I would not suggest.
Yeah, anyone, any question you can ask directly to viewers. Or Vivas, you can share your email address or the social media link if you want. They can
Yes, I
contact
can
directly.
give my email address. So
Yeah, they are not getting questions. Sometimes, like after the meeting, sometimes student asking me to send the email address and contact details of the speaker. So it will be good if you share in the chat box. They can directly contact you.
yes, I have given my email address, so you can just email me.
ईमेल से बढ़िया है कि आज ही विभास को पूछ लीजिए, डेली डेली तो विभास मिलेगा नहीं।
Hey, still after meeting, if they have any query, they can ask.
So,
Yeah, but
does work experience matters to for joining PhD programs?
What?
Like,
Can you repeat?
does work experience matter?
Work
Does work
experience in the
experience
sense
matters for joining? In the
research
sense of
experience matters.
senior research associate. Yes, sir.
Yes, research experience matters.
So I have also listened about industrial PhD programs and academic PhD programs. So what is the difference between them?
Industrial PhD program, you do it under an industry and get your degree from a university. It's not a lab setup. It's not a university lab setup. It's basically you're working with a group of people who work in the industrial lab. So they're not, there's so there are some limitations of industrial PhD, like, if you publish a paper, you can't leak out a lot of information to the general public. So there are a lot of clauses. Industrial PhD is good because once you're done with the industrial PhD, you can get a direct job in that industry if you want. It is also good because it pays you more as compared to the academic industry. But you have to also realize that industrial PhD is not there in every field. It's very particularly tech based field, like, biofuels, food tech, or something microbial, something, right? But if you want to do, let's say, basic sciences, let's say developmental neuroscience, developmental biology, cellular biology, they don't have industry, so you won't get industrial PhD in that. Industrial PhD is like you work in an industry under a group of mentors, and your final degree is awarded by any nearby institute which the industry is affiliated to. And that's the thing.
Mm. I see. I think some people are also asking about the intensive dissertation. You can try intensive in the industry also if you want.
Yeah.
Mm. So any other query student can ask directly, or you can write the chat box also.
Yeah, you can email me or you can like
No,
put
no,
me in my LinkedIn as well. I
no.
will put my LinkedIn thing as well, so you
I think
can ping me in
Vivas is active in LinkedIn
LinkedIn.
and Facebook also. I have seen a lot of posts since 2 years, I think. So you can directly
So
contact him.
here I
Yeah,
saw
so
I got two options. One from Novo Nordisk, which is a Swedish healthcare company, and they also provide PhD option from Denmark Technical University. And my second option is of about German University PhD. So which would be better, a biotech healthcare company or European University PhD?
if you want to go to a tech industry, biotech healthcare is a good option. So why not? It
Okay.
depends on what you want, right?
Yeah,
There is no black and white answer. It depends on what you want.
there is not
If you want to go to a biotech university, if yeah, it will be of course good to go into a I think Novartis you're talking, right? It's a very good company.
No, so it is Novo Nordisk.
Oh yeah,
Their
Novo
branch is
Nordisk is
also there.
very good.
Like they also have their branch in India.
Yeah, that's always good. So that, as I said, like it depends on what you want to do after that.
yeah,
Like always think what you want to do after that, what you want to do after your PhD, what you want to do after your masters, what you want to get out of the course.
exactly. What is
Like,
your
do you
long term
want to
goal?
be in the academia?
You have to choose your path according to that.
Yeah. So if you want to get out as an industrial, want to get out in the industry, of course, going into that field will be more beneficial as compared to if you want to get out and stay in academia. You can choose Europe, like European in the place that you have in mind. I've also attached my Twitter and uh, LinkedIn profile, so like feel free to like ping me anywhere. I'm mostly active in social media, so like I will be happy to answer you.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Vivas, for giving your valuable guidance to all the students, because it's very important to get the guidance. Path is more important rather than just getting the more and more score. And if you don't know the path, how to apply, what should you do, what should you not to do, I think what's you not to do, that is more important than what should you do. So
Yes,
that guidance is more
yes,
important.
yes, yes.
Direction, हम लोग हिंदी में पथ प्रदर्शक बोलते हैं, और बंगाली में अगर बोलो तो पथ प्रदर्शक is very
Hmm.
important, because without that you can't go smoothly or right path. Right way is important. So if you need any query, any problem, any suggestions you need, you directly contact to Vivas. He's very active in the social media and Twitter and LinkedIn on Facebook. So you just search and you can get a lot of posts, and you get a lot of posts about the PhD and master's things also. I think he will be motivated because he is doing a lot of hard work before getting the masters, because in a COVID time I have seen a lot of the posts, because that is more important. You have to struggle, you have to work on it constantly to get something, right? Don't see the result like this. Someone is struggling a lot to get that thing. Yeah,
And also, like as you said, rather than showing the path, I feel like there are opportunities and people are not aware of it.
yeah,
Like as I said, like for people for people where I come from very middle class family, and for me, I'm the first person who is doing science, right? There's no one to guide. So the opportunities are plenty, but we are not aware,
exactly.
or
Also,
we are
also
or
because
we are not.
there are people are not there to guide like Sanjay Da is guiding the students. Okay, so that is a major concern. Like Sanjay Da is guiding the students about where to do PhD, where to do masters. So we more need people like him that who can guide the young BSc and MSc students, and they should not fall into traps of coaching centers or other things. That is the issue here. Another.
Yeah, so the problem is like opportunities are there, people are not aware of it, and even if people are aware of it, they are selling it.
Yeah,
So that opportunities are very limited, to socially higher class of the people, like who can afford
allied
that,
society.
people who are selling. Yeah, higher class of the society. So when I started my masters, so I'll give you a little background, as you said, to just end this. When I started applying for masters, we were like four students from St. Xavier's Mumbai. They all are settled up in Germany, doing fantastic. They all were my roommates, and we had this random thought, okay, let's apply abroad, and we didn't have any clue where to start from. It was like four of my roommates from Mumbai, from a small place where we were living in a one room. We were doing our bachelors. There were like two from physics and one from, I think, statistics. And we have this thing that, okay, we will apply abroad. And that's how it all started. It was like four of us trying to figure out, connect people, talk with them, talk about the opportunities, what are the things, trying to collate everything. And that's how we did it. So you just need a thought that you want to do it. Once you have this thought that you want to do it, I think like you can get the opportunities, scavenge the opportunities by yourself. You don't need anyone. But as I said, like opportunities are not um less, but people are not aware of it. When I started writing post in LinkedIn, when I started writing post in Facebook, my only idea was to cater as much information as I could in terms of posts. So people, the students who have asked me, okay, where should I find, PhD post? Where should I find what about the scholarship? All of these things
Oh,
are mentioned in my LinkedIn page. The LinkedIn post, there are particular LinkedIn posts where I have suggested websites where you can find PhD. I have suggested websites where you can suggest scholarship, where you can find scholarship. So these all are things are there, and I try to give as much as I could, because I feel like more I share, more I get to know from you people, more I get to know about experiences. So yeah, and as you know, Sanjay, if you're also a member of that doctoral destination
Yeah.
group, it's a free based platform. It's just basically a social consortium that I say, where, let's say, I
so
go to a
how
good college, anyone go to a good college
so
gets
how much
into.
funds do we so how much funds do we need to get for like visa fees and insurance for international if we are moving from India to Germany
For PhD or masters?
for PhD?
They will pay you if you are getting a paid PhD. I think they will pay you. You
Yeah.
don't need to care about funds.
Travel expenses they will give.
Okay,
Don't
so
worry about it.
our insurance will be paid from there.
Yeah, yeah. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
insurance will be also covered.
Okay, so
Yeah, so for that, like anyone have any doubt, feel free to reach me out on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, mail. I've given everything. So, and I will be happy to guide you. And thank you, Sanjoy, for like, like giving me the opportunity to like share my experience that I had, and I think it will be helpful for
It's my pleasure.